I'm Rose.
Hi, I'm Red.
And hi, I'm Mayor Pixel. So, welcome to Misfit Mania. Hello, everybody. Now, today we have something a little bit special. We get to choose our prompts, guys. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions to choose from.
8 questions to choose from.
So, here's our first question, guys. How can students buy into education? Does that sound like something that is important to talk about?
I think we're already buying it enough.
I think we're buying it enough. All right. So our next one is, how can students get excited about learning?
You don't want to be young for the rest of your life.
No, you don't.
Come learn.
Come learn.
Okay. Our next question, how does English prepare me for the real world? Now,
Because we speak English.
well, here's the problem with that though. It depends on which grade you're in for English. I feel like once you reach high school, English loses anything you're going to do in real life. Because at this point, yes, really. Because at this point in English, you already really know everything you need to know. You know how to read, you know the alphabet. You don't really need to know anything else.
I hope so, at least.
Yeah, we hope so. So I feel like it's not really important after middle school. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
I feel like there's always more room for learning. So
Yeah.
learn as much as you can,
Okay.
or you'll end up dumb like me.
How can students make a difference in the education world?
Kids can suggest other ideas to make learning more fun, productive.
What do you think, Red? Our question was, how can students make a difference in the education world?
Just putting their ideas out there, give their opinions, especially like what they don't like. Because I feel like not enough people say like what they don't like.
Yep. Not enough people say what they don't like.
Give your opinion.
You need to step up, honestly.
Your opinion is very
That's a
important.
great idea. It's really nice. Okay, how can students become masters of their own learning?
Learning from their mistakes.
Mistakes. Learn from your mistakes.
Learn from their mistakes.
Well, if you really learn from your mistakes, it's good to learn from your mistakes. Does everyone really learn from your mistakes? Not
No.
everyone is capable of learning from their own mistakes. So how do those people become masters of their own learning?
Figure yourself out.
Got me there.
Got me there, pal.
Well, here's the simple answer. If students can become masters of their own learning if they take charge. If they approach their teacher, talk to them like, hey, this is what I need help with, they can become masters in their own learning. And some people have a hard time with that. And it's really a shame how many students have a hard time approaching their teachers to teach them. Okay, now our next question. How can students find meaning in learning?
They find something they like, and they continue that path.
Well,
It leads them to a bigger journey.
if you only follow what you like, are you really ever going to learn from your mistakes?
No, but if you follow something you like, then it motivates you.
Okay, but you're also going to have to do some things you don't like, such as a student can like English and doesn't like math, or a student likes math but doesn't like science.
And math is in science. And English is in every subject.
It's really smart. Okay, how can students transfer skills taught in class into their everyday life? Now, fun fact, a lot of what you learn in school does end up becoming a waste. But it's always good, like my friend said before, to expand your knowledge. Because the more you know, the more you can stick it to people you don't like.
Always remember that. Being a smart butt is always good.
Now, here's our final question, guys. You ready?
Yeah.
Great. I want Red to answer this one. She hasn't really been very verbal. No. So, Red, how can students contribute to the teaching process?
Just like I kind of said before, I feel like just like helping, like giving their
Give her a clap. So, what do you guys think was the most important question? Was it, how can students buy into education? How can students get excited about learning? How does English prepare me for the real world? How can students make a difference in the education world? How can students become masters of their own learning? How can students find meaning in learning? How can students transfer skills taught in class into their everyday life? Or how can students contribute to the teaching process?
How can kids contribute to
All the questions. All important questions.
very
Red?
Our bodies are in it though.
How they can contribute? Well, my opinion, I think it's how can students get excited about learning? Because most students, they don't want to come to school. And it's not always because of bullying. While bullying is still a problem, it's because they're not excited. They don't want to learn. If you think about it, there's so many students that come to school and they don't pay attention because they don't care. They're not excited. And I feel like it's really important to improve that so more kids can learn.
more colorful environment. Helps you creativity.
A positive environment is always a great thing for a school place, right? And I feel like it's not only the teacher's job, but the students also to create that positive environment. Because it doesn't take just one person to create a positive environment, it takes everybody.
All of us.
And so, I really believe that if we can all work together instead of bullying each other or ignoring each other, we can make school better.
True. So stop bullying.
Stop.
Stop bullying.
Say no to drugs. Always ask your teacher for help. And remember,
Most importantly, pay attention in class.
you don't want to end up retarded.
Like us.
You don't want to be like us, because we are Misfit Mania, and we'll see you next time.